Always wanted
Courage
to do
juice
it.
gives you courage to bust your ass.
That's true. That's why I live my life as if I'm already drinking. Because if I would do it when I'm drinking, I
can
might
tell.
as well just do it right now. Why do I need the drink? I'm
You
just
need
going
to
to do
drink
it.
to numb the pain. Welcome to another episode of Diva Court. I'm your host, Marsha Mignot, and with me is my co-Diva,
I will not be silenced today.
Dana Smith. Government names as usual. We're not responsible for what she's going to talk about.
You might not want to be.
I can't be. I can't cut that check. That's too big.
It's the check.
That's going to have too many zeros behind the dollar sign. We do not own any of the rights to what the subjects are today because we don't want to pay for them. And we don't want to be blamed for them.
That's true.
Because this show is for edutainment purposes
Only.
Please look for our episodes every Wednesday. Find us on
Spotify.
Apple Podcasts,
Apple.
and Google Podcasts.
Google.
Don't forget to look for our videos every Wednesday on YouTube when we push them out for you. Okay, so can you tell today's outfit was designed by Diva over there? Ugly A sweaters is what the concept is.
What's wrong with that? It's Christmas.
She wanted to not look like a diva for Christmas. She wanted to look like a Dova.
What is a Dova?
A Dova outfit. Okay.
Can we get back on the topic,
Let's
ma'am?
get to the topic.
Let's talk about how Dana
What?
is silenced. And when
I will
that took
not.
place
I will not be silent.
in the last 70 plus episodes.
Wait, say that again. What I missed?
He said you did not want to be silenced.
He said, when is she ever?
When
When?
am
No,
I
you
ever
said
silent?
you said silence before we started. I didn't want to be silent.
He said, when have you been silent?
When he told me to be silent like 3 minutes ago. I did
He
not
just-
want.
He just used the word silent.
He said
But
silence.
he said, you've never been silent.
Well, check my record. That's what I'm saying.
All right, let me tell you what's not going to be silenced. The charges and the lawsuits against P. Diddy
No
as
silent
it
night.
pertains to sexual assault. All those women say, we will not be silent. Not when we found out somebody got a check for $30 million.
Right. He just a whole bank now.
Okay, let me tell you something. Stop settling lawsuits if you are alleging that you are not guilty or liable of what you've been accused. That's the moral of my story.
Moral of my story.
What's your take?
Move all your money into a trust that no one knows the name of.
So
if
keep
you-
molesting. Just protect your assets.
and protect your assets. It's like protect your neck
Look.
so that the head
don't let the ass cause you your assets.
Exactly.
Okay, see that? It's assets, but don't let the ass set you up.
Listen, the lesson here is you just settle the case before anyone files anything so no one knows. That's it. Give them their money. Sign this NDA.
Why would you settle a case if you're not
Walk
guilty?
the way.
If you're not liable?
Because I make a ton of money and I don't want to hear none of your made up shit come into the world sphere so that you can knock me out of what I'm doing right now.
Or you can direct all of your assets and all income
It
that you
doesn't-
have
but what happens
into
is
a trust.
those incomes, there's these things called reporters. They're very rare. But let me tell you when
because
they're
a lot
good.
of people not using them.
Let me tell you when they're
Okay.
good. They will find some money if they heard that you got some kind of sexual assault. Look at R. Kelly. All of a sudden, everywhere is dried up,
Yep.
and we had no clue where his money was at other than playing
we know.
Step in the Name of Love, which
They're not stepping anymore. They're stepping in the name of hate.
They still be playing his music.
Of course they're playing this music.
I mean, a hit's a hit.
So don't hit me up for
Yeah,
any
it's
money,
like-
P. Diddy says. Because listeners, his response to this now lawsuit is, I'm done. I'm done settling. I'm not cutting no more checks. We are just going to have to bash it out in court. I agree with him, and I disagree with settling the first one.
Right.
I think you should have gone Johnny Depp on that chick and made sure that you exposed every participation, including all the voluntary ones, whether it was, and voluntary intoxication to me should not be an excuse for inappropriate conduct that you've engaged in.
Right.
And then are sad that you engaged in it.
Right.
I bottoms up, and I drink and drink and drink and drink until I've lost all my faculties, and now I want to hire an attorney to get your money. No, you should not be able to say that.
You know why it shouldn't be? Because if I drink and then drive, I can't say.
Yeah, my voluntary drinking don't get me out of a DUI.
Exactly.
So why should it get me out of sexual innuendos?
Exactly.
Escapades.
That's
I don't think it's fair.
It's not fair. If I could be held responsible for hitting someone while under the influence, then I should still be held responsible for sexing someone while I'm under the influence. What's the difference?
Here's the issue. It's like contracts when you are inebriated. If you sign a contract and you weren't in your right mind or in the right state to sign away that contract, it's a null and void contract.
But it should be null and void on that DUI too.
Exactly.
Because I didn't sign no contract to hit you.
I sure didn't.
You signed a contract with the state saying that you would drive this car.
No, I didn't. The
Yes,
state
you did.
signed that. I didn't sign it.
didn't.
Go look for my signature.
Look on your driver's license.
The state have a bad idea. I said I drank, but I didn't mean to hit nothing. So why you trying to hold me accountable?
So, okay. So what... this is what I
listen. P Diddy need to just hire me. Stop playing. Stop playing.
Because
just call and let's fight these
if
charges.
you sign a DNR, is it sexual?
Well, you can't sign a DNR away from crimes.
Because you already did. If you sign
is it a do not resuscitate?
Do not resuscitate.
DNR? Do not resuscitate
That
these
means
sex acts.
don't bring this
bring
shit
it back up.
Don't bring it back up.
Do not resuscitate these sexual acts that we engaged in, okay? Stop talking about them. Leave them alone. Don't ask me for no money.
If you sign the NDA.
If you sign an NDA, you already know what time it is. Like, why are we playing?
No, why you keep saying NDA, though?
No, she says DNR.
Oh, okay.
If you sign an NDA,
Yeah.
you already know what time it is. If you're not in there about to do a business deal, you know what I'm saying, that you don't want, or non-compete, you know what I'm saying? These things in regular business, course of businesses, yes, I get it.
There are
but
attorneys
if you're going,
everywhere, though, so I agree with you. You could have sat down with an attorney and say, I'm thinking about going out with P. Diddy next week. I might consume some alcohol and some drugs. What do you think? Man, please don't do that. Because that's not a good idea. That contract, I don't think you should sign. Well, he says I got to sign this, non-disclosure agreement.
to participate.
To participate. Ma'am, don't do that.
What are you participating in? Debauchery. Like, you signing up for debauchery.
I know it's going to be lots of drugs, alcohol, women and men, all kinds of stuff. So I signed it, but can I have buyer's remorse next week? Yeah, sure. Go ahead and call me when you're done.
It's crazy.
It's psychotic. You can't do that. And we've got to stop encouraging that type of conduct.
You know what it reminds me of? Nobody feels bad when, the scuba diver goes into shark-infested water and start hitting and playing with sharks, and then the shark bites your ass. Nobody feels bad. Like when the animal guy, what's his name?
Steve Reed.
Not him.
Steve
Irwin got, stabbed by a stingray.
Yeah.
I didn't feel bad. I said that's part of the job. That's what you signed up for. So when you go,
he did not sign up. Stop.
Let me finish. When you go into the lion's pit and you a deer,
ma'am,
What?
Madam Diva,
what?
that man did not sign up to be speared. That's not part of
It's part of the job.
That is not.
If you open
Part of that
the
man's
alligator
job.
hunter, if you open up the alligator's mouth and you put your head in
No.
the alligator.
No.
Stingrays are notorious gangbangers.
If you put your head in the alligator's
They
mouth
set
and the
trips hard.
alligator closes his mouth
Ma'am.
on your head, that's
Ma'am.
on you. So if you are a woman and you're going to a party that requires you to sign an NDA, that is a indicate. Why these, I want to call them bees, why they don't see that? This is what's wrong with women. We don't see the red flags.
Yeah, we do. We see them. We go in eyes wide shut.
Because there's no ramifications.
Yeah, there's no consequences. I still get to sue him. I still get to come back, and I get money, and I get to settle, and I still get 30 million.
Here's the real issue, right? The real issue is why, as Diddy, do you settle, right? And this is my opinion. You know that deadline is coming, right? Yeah, you don't want to deal with her, and you think she's asking for too much money. But what's going on is you know that they're going to investigate every NDA, every little sex party you had, every little thing, which is a reputation hit outside for your business.
Everybody already knows he has that reputation.
Yeah. But guess what? When it hits a court transcript,
it's
it hit really different. It hit really different.
I think it gives credibility to the allegations when you
No. It's different because what you're saying is, yeah, I do those sex parties, and yeah, I do these to protect things, which is allowed to do, right? There's nothing wrong with doing all those things consensually, right? The issue is doing that in public for businesses is not a good look, although the CEO was at the party.
I mean, I get that, but are we not forgetting that Americans don't care? They're going to pay for it regardless. They don't care. They still watching Weinstein movies.
No.
They don't care. They still smoking cigarettes at night.
They
don't care.
For this amount
they
of time.
don't care. Exactly. So the thing is that what's the point? They want to go to the parties.
No.
They were like, why get invited? Those who don't want to go, don't go. Those who do want to go.
Yeah.
So
and
it's
those
like,
who don't get invited get mad. They can't go.
Those who know won't tell, and those who tell won't know. So like if I'm on a jury and I'm hearing all of this debauchery that's going on, I'm like, bitch,
I'm not giving you no money.
You're not getting no money. You wanted to do that.
You
wanted to do that.
There's someone else who's going to
I
say
better hear that you were
see all
tied up.
You see
that
all
they
of these,
dropped something in your drink, and that you were drinking ginger ale, and the next thing you know, you woke up butt naked.
That's why I don't
That
feel.
better be it.
Right. That's why I don't feel. But you stayed for 10 years.
Yeah, that's too
You
long.
know what you know what was
That's
going
too
down.
long. That's
And
too
then
long.
that's why, like, even with the Bill Cosby thing, like, when you went up into his room,
knowing he was married,
knowing he was married,
and his wife wasn't home,
and his wife wasn't home at the hotel,
and he's giving you something to take,
and you already done took coke, and you already done took
and now you
all
taking
type drinking all the way. What's another quaalude? You down?
No, but you're taking the one he gave you. He didn't hide it.
No, he didn't.
Here, take this. Okay.
He ain't Dexter your ass.
Come on now.
Like if he would have Dextered them, then it would be different. But you didn't get Dextered. And for those who don't know what I'm talking about, it's the serial killer movie where he attacked his victims by taking a syringe and just stabbing them and then
injected.
And they were right until he killed them. Like if that's not happening,
accountability is the problem. And until we start holding both parties, good people on both sides,
right,
both parties accountable for their role in whatever this issue has become,
right,
then it's not going to stop.
Exactly.
And they don't even understand. When I say they, I mean officials who have the authority to pass whether legislation or to ignore or to say, no, we're not going to bring that, don't understand that it would have a chilling effect on future victims.
right.
Because now young ladies coming behind would say, oh, no, they're going to hold me accountable. I can't do it.
Right.
So in putting something in place, you're protecting other young girls
Right.
coming behind these young women who are now adults.
Right.
Because you're sending a message to the young girls, don't do it.
You can't live the whole life and don't expect whole consequences. That's what it is.
The law literally says that you can do the opposite.
But that's the point.
But there is a
If
theoretical
you
line.
are a prostitute and you out there giving your body away and somebody murders you, that's a part of the job.
But then you don't charge the man
But
for
no,
murder.
I still got to charge the man for murder.
But
I
it's
still gotta
part of
charge him
it's work work hazard.
No, I have to charge
It's work
the man
hazard.
That
with
is
murder.
not an OSHA.
That's not an OSHA.
It's work hazard.
That's not on OSHA's list. I'm sorry.
It's on whole list.
Hold on, pull
it's
up.
on the whole list.
Pull up.
Let's
Pull up.
say
I can't go there with
whole.
you.
You
Here's-
should have
here's the
known.
thing.
That's
No.
what OSHA.
If you were
Oh,
prosecuting,
shit. How did I not know?
it's on the oh shit list, but it's not on the OSHA list.
No,
But
I
here's
get
the thing.
I get the prosecution.
No. You have to prosecute the prostitutes.
But no, exactly.
That's what you
but
have
what
to
I'm
do.
saying is, no, there's this movement. I don't know if you're aware. There is this movement, the sex worker movement needs rights. Next thing you know, they're going to need benefits and stuff like that. They need rights and they need to be protected. No, no, they need to not be on the streets.
No, they have to
but
be protected.
You don't, you
that's the
don't.
But the protection, what the protection looks like, though, is what I think you're missing. The protection could be, we're going to come out here. We're going to look for you. We're going to take you off these streets. We're going to get you services. We're going to get you counseling.
No,
It
but that's
goes
not what they
back.
want. They want them to be
No,
able to.
they want that. They just don't know they want that.
No.
Psychologically, you could be in a place where you don't know what your needs
these
are.
advocates
Which is
for,
why someone can stay
these
with someone, although
advocates
they're abusive.
for these
That's
are
correct.
advocates
So-
for
Now we
sex
just
work.
came full circle.
These are
That's why she could be there 10 years abused by Puff Daddy.
these
I am so sorry we went full circle with
these
that.
advocates-
Listeners, I finally heard it myself.
Wait, what happened?
Okay, so we went full circle. We
No,
were
we
saying,
didn't.
how does somebody stay 10 years in a relationship like that? And I just said, psychologically, you could not know that this is what you need.
Stop with that weak shit. No, no. These are let's go back to the prostitute. These are there are actual advocate groups that are saying it's okay for them to be sex workers. Let them do it.
No,
I
they
don't-
cannot.
I don't.
They cannot.
Again, it's their body and it's their choice.
Whoa,
That's
hold on
what
now.
I'm saying. I know.
Hold
That's
on.
what I'm saying. That's
Hold
what
on.
these advocates are saying.
I can't subscribe to that.
I can.
I
Because
cannot.
It literally aligns.
But if
with-
that's
No. If we're gonna do that, then we have to go back to abortions and say it's
Yeah.
her body.
No,
Let her do what
I
she
agree.
wants. Okay, then I'm doing that.
I don't agree.
I
don't
will
agree.
sign up across the board.
Yes.
It's your face. You don't have to cover it with a mask. It's your body.
But
You
I'm
don't
the
need to take a
opposite.
vaccine. Hold up. Let me go through the list. It's your face. You don't have to cover
Well,
it with
all
a
right.
mask.
This
The
is where the
vaccine is
difference is.
different.
You don't have to take
The
a
That's
vaccine
a
is
public
different.
health issue. You
That
selling
vaccine
your
is
body
different.
out there.
It is a
is
public
something
health
else.
issue
No,
because you're
It is a
passing
public.
around
You
AIDS.
pass it around.
Yeah, you are.
If you are,
Yes,
again,
and they are.
a legalized worker, you can go and have to be tested. There are
Nope.
regulations
Nope.
for OSHA.
Nope. I can no OSHA regulations on
There's
testing
OSHA
for
regulations
prostitution.
for that.
That's my problem.
But
it's
there's-
still a public
but
hazard.
even then-
No, because husbands are going out, sleeping with these women,
And bringing
picking
back
up
these
sexual
diseases.
transmitted diseases,
But what I'm
taking
trying
it
to
home
say
to
is
their wives.
this is already being done in Europe, and whether they're seeing
You're
success
not about
or
to
not,
get.
they are seeing things.
Let me stop because I was about. These cultures are different.
What's the difference between cultures other than being human?
Difference because we're not doing that. No, let me tell you what the difference is. Those cultures will provide health care. Those cultures will
Well,
provide
that's what
time
I'm-
off for their mothers
Well,
when they
that's
have
what
a
I'm
baby.
saying.
Those cultures don't force you back to work 6
Exactly.
weeks after you've birthed the child that they told you to birth.
There you go.
Those cultures provide funding because they have something called benefits in England. When you have the baby, we give you money towards the child. Canada does it too. When you have the child, we give you a certain amount of money per month to go towards a child's education and maintenance. So those cultures really are different because they put their money where their mouth is.
Well, that's the difference. So I'm saying if you align those,
We're
things properly, you're
capitalists
good.
over here.
They are also capitalistic, which is the surprising thing, right?
No, we're capitalists over here. Okay,
we
we
are
capitalize
on people's downfall.
on your downfall.
in people's lives. So that's the point I'm trying to make. At the end of the day, as the business move is, I don't want to deal with this for my future earnings. I am going to pay this because guess what? I'm going to make 5 times this the next day. Instead of
Then you're
having
gonna
to
have
step down.
another person come.
No, you wouldn't know because I've made you, before she's filed the lawsuit, I've made you sign an NDA. We're not going to talk about this. Here's your money. Go the hell away.
No,
you don't
if
think
courts-
TMZ gonna pick this up?
No. Listen to me. If courts were to uphold these
Not
NDAs,
until
the
after-
problem is some of these NDAs are not being held up in a court of law.
Right.
So even though he's showing up, his lawyer's like, "Hey, dismiss, motion to dismiss, NDA." The judge's like, "Nope, I don't find that to be dismissive because I looked at this case and it says that you cannot agree."
So what's the point of NDA?
That's my point. Is we cannot selectively use NDAs when we feel like it. And then when we don't feel like it, we don't use it.
Right.
Because then it does not have the effect it should have.
The only issue is,
So is-
here's
well,
where the
let me
NDA
ask this
becomes an
question.
issue.
Well, no, let me ask
NDA
this
is null
question
and void
first.
For
criminally.
crimes. For crimes.
But don't
Sign
you,
here, little girl, that if I molest you, it's going to be a waiver for the molestation. You can't do that.
No, I get that. But that's an actual crime. Whereas you out here smoking, drinking, sexing, down for whatever until you not no more is not a crime.
I agree with that, especially if you were an adult at the time you
Right.
started.
But
If you're
That's
a minor,
different.
But again, it's all about the psychological aspect. And I think that's
psychological, okay?
that's where the society is trying to figure out where
How
the
that
line
works.
is.
I'm so sick of this mental health nonsense.
No, don't be sick of the mental health nonsense. It's
because
real.
it's just no. It's not
It's
that it's
real.
not. It's not that it's not real.
You're sick of it being abused.
Exactly.
That's what
at
you're
the
sick
end
of.
of the day, I'd rather it be abused than to neglect the people who actually.
That is true. It's better for one guilty man to go free than for an innocent man to spend a day in jail. So that's the same concept. All right, P. Diddy, good luck to you. Hire them in your law group. If you really want a real lawyer, we would stop settling cases. We would try everything. Then you would have a reputation of, if you come to this party and have a good time, you will have no more good times because no court proceeding would ever proceed without you getting a good lashing.
Before we leave.
Wait, because we need to talk about this NDA. We need to talk
How
about
many
this
you got out there?
How many-
Jesus.
How many did you sign?
No, how many do I have them sign is what the
Did
question.
you do the DNR too?
How many do I have them sign? Okay, so if you accuse somebody of a crime, but it hasn't been, well, I think we talked about this.
It's still a crime, even if it hasn't been charged. Like,
Right.
even if I have not officially charged someone with criminal conduct, if there's criminal conduct associated with your NDA.
This is what I want to say. Should be the new rule. If you are accusing someone of a crime, the NDA should be voided if it goes to a criminal court.
Right.
But in a civil court,
nailed
it should be honored.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's going to be
that's
honored
exactly
in
what it
civil
is.
court, but
Yeah.
it will not be honored in criminal court.
Yes.
So if the
Okay.
prosecutor is going after P. Diddy, NDA does not work. But if you're
Exactly.
suing P. Diddy, NDA works.
That's how it
Thank you. We
works.
just solved all
So
NDA
that
problems.
is
No,
the
but I
truth.
mean, that's how
Is
it
that
works.
That's how it's
it
supposed to
works?
work.
That's how it works.
But remember when we were talking about this before, and I was like, well, why couldn't he just do a M job and say, we have an NDA and there's no stated claim. She signed this document. If there's going to be any criminal charges, it needs to go through the proper channels.
That's how it's supposed
Because
to work.
when you do that, she still has the right to sue.
But there's no claim though.
Yes, she has a claim.
She could still file her lawsuit.
Yeah, saying
but
that she
his
has NDAs,
his
these
defense
things.
would be NDA.
Yes.
Just
But
like how if you sued me for a breach of contract, and I could
Right.
respond back and say, she's lying, here is the contract I didn't breach. And the judge's like, it's dismissed. But you still get to sue me.
Right. But what
And
I'm
you still get to make your allegations in
Yeah.
your complaint.
Right.
So I'm still
So
exposed.
you still exposed.
because everything you said in there is false. And even
So
if
the
I
po-
win the motion to dismiss, they're going to be like, that's just horrible.
the
Because
point-
people are still going to say, oh, it's just because she signed that stupid NDA.
No, it's
She
because
got
he's
away with
Diddy
murder."
and he's powerful.
Correct.
no, to me it would be like you signed up for this shit and now
No,
you
No,
crying.
I understand. That's you.
People
one
don't
individual.
see
But that's what the
individual.
PR should say. When these women,
Wait, pause. Do you think that's gonna win?
yes,
PR is going to say
That's
that.
gonna lose.
A lot of
this
people.
is
That's
what I,
gonna
let me tell
lose.
you what I'm.
You
gonna
would
say.
be in here next week talking about. I can't believe that he said
When these women-
that all women ain't shit.
When these women make adult decisions to participate.
No, when
in
adult
shenanigans-
women
When adult women
make adult
Well,
decisions.
I thought. Well, I'm a woman who thinks that being a woman means you are an adult.
Well,
woman
sometimes people will
biologically.
look at a teenager and say they're not a woman because they're 18. They just
No.
graduated high school. So I just wanted to make
Okay.
a
When adult women
Yeah.
make decisions to participate in shenanigans, and you can go to the party and be like, whoa,
And back
that's
out.
a lot
Let's
of
go.
shenanigans.
Let's go.
And then you walk your ass up
Let's
out the
go.
door.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to talk
and
about
if somebody grab you on the way
You be
and
like,
try to pin
"No,
you down,
I'm not down
then
for
they need to be
then.
held liable.
That's what I'm talking about.
Because then I was sexually assaulted on my way out, and I came and I said I wasn't playing. I'm not taking the drugs. I'm not drinking anything.
Right.
And then the bodyguard
Okay.
grabbed me, snatched me, and struck me back
if
into
you
the
walk
house.
into the party and they say you got to take this, this, and this before you get past this door, you be like, "Whoa, I'm not down for these
lot of
shenanigans."
A
And
lot
I'm-
of gray in between where y'all are talking.
No,
And
there's
we
no
at the
gray.
front
There's
door.
no
What are you
gray.
talking about? We
There's
is
no
right
gray.
at the door. If you
There's
don't want
no
to
gray.
take your shoes off because your socks ain't matching, you be like, "Whoa, I'm
Hello.
not down
Or
for
if you
these
don't want to take
shenanigans."
your shoes off because you're in Canada, take your shoes off. Oh no, I'm not staying at your house. I won't visit Canada.
You know what? I'm
Because the
about to
policy
write-
is take your shoes
They
off.
about to cancel me because I'm about to write a whole bunch of jokes about how women should.
Yeah, they're gonna cancel you real
they
quick.
gonna cancel.
So don't worry, she won't be standing up for
There's-
long.
there's-
She'll be sitting down.
She gonna sit your ass
There
down.
ain't nothing to cancel.
It ain't nothing to
Ain't
cancel.
nothing started.
Ain't nothing
No,
to
no, she's
cancel.
doing stand up, but they're gonna sit her down.
He said I don't have a career to cancel.
You're like, who?
You know what? It might pop it off. Like
It might, because you become so
Really?
controversial.
women, here's some some information you may
Points.
want to have.
You think you're
Points.
alone in these points?
Yeah, she's alone. Nobody else is
She
brave
gonna show
enough.
up on Fox News next week.
No, nobody's brave enough.
Oh, I'm
say
about
it.
to be Candace Owens' sister
Nobody's
girlfriend.
brave enough.
Like,
Oh,
hey,
God.
Candace Owens, I'm your sister girlfriend.
Opposite.
Hey, you coming too? I'm bringing you right
Whoa,
with me.
hold
I'm
on,
gonna have
slow
my.
it
You
roll.
know what? When I go do this stand up, I'm gonna
I'm
put
gonna
on
have
my
a
MAGA
DNR.
hat.
I'm gonna have a DNR.
You gonna have to come. I'm gonna need a lawyer because I'm gonna.
You
be
better
saying
read my
some
DNR,
crazy. I'm gonna be saying some crazy.
You need to read.
I was gonna leave, but before we left, I think you were talking about the influence of people in the
Circles.
Yeah, in the industry. Okay, so most people think that P. Diddy is making the decisions for himself. And that is just not totally the case. Because people forget that other human beings can have a reaction on you, an influence on your decision making. If you're P. Diddy, you have all this money, you have a PR person, you have a lawyer you trust, you have a manager, you have all
I don't
these
think he
individuals.
trusts none of them.
No. Trusting is you still hired them.
Okay.
Not trusting them is firing them. He hadn't fired them yet. He's still cutting money to them and still taking advice from them. I think lost in this weed is the fact that him settling the case might not have been something he wanted to do. And that he was coerced into settling. Because I've seen people coerced into taking pleas. In fact, you, Diva, have said that. When the judge asked you when you went up to do some traffic offenses, like, has anybody forced you? And I'm like,
the prosecutor.
The prosecutor. So there are influences that coerce people into making decisions that are not necessarily in their best interest. And I don't want that to be lost on P. Diddy, where he settled the first one and now he's angry with his team because we can't see the team behind the scenes. And behind the scenes, he might be saying, this is exactly what I was talking about.
Right.
And it ain't even 2 weeks after I cut that check.
Right.
Y'all talking to me about cutting another check. So how many checks am I going to cut before this stops?
Right, I might as well cut y'all off.
Hey, I'm going to cut y'all off and I'm going to hire people that's going to help me fight.
Right,
Even
right.
if, because it wouldn't have cost me $30 million to fight her.
Right.
And you told me give her $30 million after I paid you $20 million to
Right.
give her $30 million. That's $50 million I'm out. Y'all are not giving me good advice. And they forced him into, hey, think about it. You have this deal in the pipelines, or you have this deal in the pipelines. And that coercion is real for people.
Yeah.
When you're in a room full of other folk telling you, yeah, you know what, Diddy, man, just let it go. Just let it go. You dated her. You love her. I mean, remember, y'all cared for each other at one time.
Yeah.
Just consider it a donation.
You know she just,
Just
right.
take
She
this
just
pill.
needs some.
Hey,
take this pill.
Hey, you gave
Just
this.
take this pill.
Hey, you gave this to charity. You would give $20 million to a charity.
Hey.
Come on, man, just give it to her and her family. You know they need it. She was there for you. When you gave the award
on now.
speech. When you gave the award speech, you was like, and Chrissy,
Cassidy.
you know Cassie, Chrissy, whatever your name is, chick. you know you was down like 4 flat tires. Man, just give her the money. Give her the money. You know her family. You know she's gonna give it to her family.
What's a little group sex?
Hey, what's a little nibbling on the butt amongst friends?
Right.
I got that from a kid's movie.
No. So the point is, at the end of the day, it's a weird situation. To me, the other cases that come up, way easier to fight than someone who's willing to disclose all the bodies.
Yeah.
Take this and fight the rest. That is fine with me.
Yeah.
She is really just too close, and it's gonna be too much.
Much.
Well, she knew him like this.
Yeah, yeah.
Just take the plea.
The
fight
discovery part is gonna be tough on you.
Yes.
Because they're gonna open a fishing expedition on you. And I can
Yes.
understand your attorney saying, sir, they're gonna take your video deposition. Did you see what happened to Bill Cosby? He did a video deposition in a lawsuit. And even after he was promised immunity by the prosecutor, they still came back years later and prosecuted him. Now, sir, he won, but he went to prison. And he served that time, and you can't take that back. So give her the $30 million. You have it. Give it up. Tax write it off. Give it up. So that's the issue with settling. And I would not recommend my client to settle. I say fight them. Do like Walmart. Fight every lawsuit.
Settle that.
Get you
Walmart
a-
had a camera of
Guess
you
what?
slipping on the ground.
Walmart have you
As a-
slipping and they still fighting.
Guess what?
They have walked past the glass and the spilled Kool-Aid.
The
for about
manager looked at
20
you like,
hours. The manager
"Dumb
looked at it. They
bitch."
walked past you and Walmart said, we going to court, baby.
Walmart.
I'm gonna dry you.
Walmart ain't gonna get. Walmart is a corporation, which the Constitution may consider, or I'm sorry, the
It's
court
still a person.
may consider a person, but
Not that kind of person.
It's not like that hit piece that you're gonna get from
Not that kind of person.
from TMZ.
Yeah,
or
I
anyone
say
else.
stop settling. If you're not liable, stop settling. If you're not guilty, stop settling. Do the Johnny Depp. If Johnny didn't fight, look at the contract.
Yeah.
He signed like a $300 million contract after beating the pants off of Amber. But if he didn't do that and just listen
What was
to
the contract for? Pirates of the
kind of
Caribbean
deal.
again?
Yeah,
Some more
some
stuff.
yeah, a whole lot of stuff.
But at the end of the
It's
day,
like, good
it's a
Lord.
different situation. A little different situation.
No, she alleged crimes.
Yeah.
She alleged
But it's
beatdowns.
still-
She had photos
She
of
did.
black eyes
It's a little
and
different situation.
bruised arms and smashed alcohol glasses. And
He's not guilty unless
Listen.
the court says he's guilty.
listen to me. She even had recordings of him slurred speech, drunk, vomiting on himself, and he let it go out there and he beat her behind and he won. And now everybody is Johnny. Now he's not known as, oh, shut up, you wife beating drunk.
He should have did the Johnny Depp.
He should have Johnny
It's-
Depp this.
So your advice is to keep fighting. Mine is he's doing the right play right now. Pay Cassie.
Fight everybody
everything
else? Wow. What if they call Cassie as a witness?
Can't
Didn't she sign something in that
Can't.
settlement agreement?
take that. Take that.
What if
and
they
put
open
it-
her DNR?
Take that. Take that DNR and put it in your book.
What if they open that do not resuscitate and resuscitate?
Oh, what if they?
Because remember, the judge can say,
What if
I think
they-
it's relevant.
What if they start hearing stuff and then the prosecutors go talk to Cassie? Now, if the prosecutors, even though she has a
DNR? No, I'm just kidding.
NDA. So when you sign the settlement agreement, it's an NDA.
No,
wrapped in there?
non-disclosure. Yeah, you're not going to disclose the settlement amount.
Right.
But,
But if the prosecutor
but
sees
it's not
something
going to
that's-
say anything about and or crimes.
Right. So the prosecutor sees that this is a little bit more than what they bargained for and then wanted to talk to Cassidy. Now she got to talk.
Of course.
Cassie.
And
Is
whatever.
it Cassidy? I thought her entire name
I
was
said
Cassidy.
Cassie.
She doesn't have a record
Isn't
for
her
us to
real
remember.
name Cassidy or something?
I
Like
thought
She
it
does.
was
It's Cassie. She don't have a record for
Cassandra.
us to remember.
Cassandra?
I thought.
She
I
don't have a
know.
record for us to remember.
She does. She has one.
But we don't remember.
$30 million record.
Right.
Just got that
so
check.
so then it goes to a criminal court, right?
Right.
And now you got the court record of all of the things that happened, and then they use that against him in the civil court
Right.
for another case.
So that would be an argument for him to settle it. Because his lawyers would say, at least you don't come out with no evidence the prosecution could use because you shut it down at the gate. There's no deposition. There's no testimony from
Nothing.
you.
Yes.
There's nothing.
There's nothing that
so
can be
we
proved.
also reduce, sir, by settling the likelihood of prosecution because now we don't have all
maybe
this
that's
sworn
why
evidence.
he's settling so he
Of
can
course,
don't
he
go
cut
to
the check.
jail.
No, cut
the
it.
check.
That was the smartest thing.
Cut the check.
He may be mad that everybody's piling up, but
Yeah.
that's better.
Unless the statute
have
of
that
limitations
pile
have
up.
outran themselves.
That's true too.
Well, they've opened it.
They not for criminal, for
not
civil.
for criminal cases.
Oh, no, for civil. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So if the criminal statute ran, then and
Yeah.
they probably said, look here, don't play with it. We looked at the criminal statutes because it's a book. And there's something they could charge your ass with.
for sure, there's
Sir,
something that's got.
We've looked
no
at the last
statute of
contact you
limitations.
had with her, and the prosecution can make a creative argument using this one. Let's settle it. You want your freedom and your money? Give her the $30 million. You can make more. It's money. You can make more.
For
and
sure.
Sir, you've had a party for $30 million before.
For
Stop playing.
There
I
you
know
go.
over the years you've been P. Diddy, you've had a $30 million party. Stop playing.
Yeah, it's true.
Bottles was up last night for $5 million.
For sure.
So let it go. Let's save the whole ship.
Yes.
Not let the Titanic
And right
sink.
now, all you got to do is sit down a little bit. It's a little vacation.
Yeah.
It's a
Take
little
time
vacation.
off. Take time off.
You
Out
can
the
come
media.
back. And the best thing
And
is
go put all your stuff
here's
in
the
trust
best thing.
first.
No,
Probably already in
here's
trust.
the best thing. If you fight and win those other cases,
Then you look better.
it reflects back on the Cassie's
Yeah,
side
and now
as
people start believing, oh, so
s-
Cassie was alive.
a strategic kind
More
of
like
play.
strategery.
You know-
strategies.
Strategery.
So you know she sued the corporations he was with too. And what if the insurance is gonna
Who is she? You talking about this chick now? Or
Cassie.
Or Cassie?
Well, that's
That's
not,
gone.
I
All of
understand
that's
that, but so it's probably the insurance companies that's gonna pay out.
Could be.
For the
He might have
corporations.
insurance for that.
Who knows?
Who cares who cuts that?
But he was
$30 million?
Listen,
removed
that's what I
from.
said.
She don't care who cut that check.
I
honey.
know, but he was removed from one of his corporations
He didn't. He stepped down.
Yeah.
before
So
he got removed.
You can still own the
That's fine.
company and not play the role.
You could again. It's called a vacation.
Yeah.
I will
Have a
take a
seat.
vacation. Now it hurts when you see all them things and you like I didn't even do
He can
half
just-
this, but it's It's gonna be a nice vacation. Just
Right.
sit down.
I might not be the board mirror, but I am very much so an investor.
Hey, as long as the check comes.
Hey, just
long
sit
as the
down
check
over there.
comes.
Guess what? In like a year, when all these people are like, I don't have enough, and that's dismissed, and this is dismissed, you'll be able to step right back into that role in a little silent little note from Revolt saying, "Oh, Diddy has returned as the role."
Yeah, because that's the sound bites is all we're going to use.
Mm-hmm.
Diddy wins lawsuit against other alleged sexual abuse victims.
Yeah,
Okay, we're done.
better to do.
Now let's
Sexual
go to work.
abuse is laughable.
Is it?
It's
I
relative.
would like you to
No, no,
retract
no,
that
it's
statement.
not laughable. It's not laughable. Sexual abuse is bad. Diva Court does not subscribe to sexual abuse. What's
don't-
laughable is misuse and false
And
allegations
signing up for it.
of sexual abuse. You're not
Again.
a volunteer, you're a victim. If you're a
Not
victim,
if you sign up for
if
it.
you're a victim, we
Okay.
have a problem here on Diva Court.
Wait.
What's a
If
what's
you're a
a
But
volunteer-
okay, what's the opposite of a sadist?
A who?
A masochist. What's the opposite?
The opposite of a
You
masochist
know,
is a
there's people
sadist.
who like to get dominated. And then-
ma'am.
Do you know the definitions of these things?
No, because we didn't see him in a movie, and she gets her information from
That
movies.
is true. 50 Shades of Grey
Ma'am.
and Billions. It was
So
on that
we gonna
too.
need them shades to
There's-
stay
there's-
gray.
That's why we
some-
don't own any of these topics.
That's why we do
There's
not
some-
own
there's some
anything she's
people
gonna talk
who
about. I
like to
told y'all
be-
that at the beginning of the show.
Dominated. What are those people called? They're the dominatrix.
Okay.
Dominate
All right.
their.
Those people are called. We
What
don't
about
talk
the
about
people
them.
who don't? And then we'll
Well,
just
they-
stay
well,
Those
there.
people are
understand.
called
Stay there.
absent.
They don't sign up for it though.
But
Those people are called absent.
again,
They don't sign up for it.
there are pressures
called
and
absent.
manipulations that make
Oh my gosh.
Yes,
You
yes.
shouldn't even be.
I agree. I agree.
If
I agree
you
with
want to blame the CIA for dropping drugs into the black neighborhoods and making people do crimes and all that stuff,
I don't
when they
blame.
could
I
have
don't
had
blame
a
the
choice,
people. No. I don't blame the people from. I don't think the CIA made them do crimes. I believe the CIA provided the resources for it to occur.
Okay.
So not only
So-
should they be treated as such?
No, there's an argument to be made for everybody who finds themselves in a situation that they should have not made the bad decision.
Exactly.
So there are always variables that could encourage the person or steer the person in the wrong direction. But I agree with you. At the end of the day, when you're an adult, you have certain knowledge and experience and resources available to you to prevent yourself from getting in that situation, especially other people's experience. So we're sharing other people's experience so that you don't say, oh, I wonder if that could happen. Yes, it did. And it happened last week. So don't do it this week
Right.
because it could happen to you. I'm with you on that, Diva, but I'm not with you on the comp launch just 100%.
No, I'm
It's
not.
your fault. It's your responsibility and just ignoring the variable of influences, negative influences, variables that could encourage you to do something that's not in your best interest. Because
Or that it is because you get a $30 million check.
That's
at the
correct.
end.
And I
But
think
that's the end of the
that's-
line. That's you finding out. Like this wasn't there
Oh
before.
my gosh!
Correct.
Find it out.
correct. No,
I'm
finding
saying-
out that the law's changed.
Because guess what? She wasn't getting $30 million.
But she was
No.
getting.
4 years
She
ago.
wasn't coming at all.
4 years
It's a
ago.
climate.
Well,
Timing is everything.
She was getting something.
No.
She was giving
No,
lavish
hold
clothes
up.
and
No. What his
and
point is
experiences.
a few years ago in a different climate, she would have been slapped around,
Well,
talked
not,
bad
not
about.
even in a different climate. Like just a few years ago, like we could even say 2021, or when before this law was opened up.
Correct.
She wasn't going to get
Nobody
no
was
money.
paying her no attention.
She wasn't going to get any money.
right. But
Nobody.
that's what
and
I'm
that
saying.
can't be the plan. When
These
she was
women
there,
nowadays.
Correct.
These
signing
women.
up for that stuff, she didn't plan that I'm going to get 30.
These
at
women
random.
Because she didn't know they
nowadays-
were going to open the law to get 30.
These
Thank
women nowadays are being groomed to get the bag. And how do you get the bag?
no,
You get
not
it-
nowadays. From the day.
That's what I'm saying. Which,
How do you?
when did she?
From the
How-
beginning of time.
How do you get the bag?
From the beginning of time.
How do you get the bag?
From
You get it
Ugga
from
Ugga.
the man.
Hello.
And how do you get it from the man? You do what he wants you to do
Look,
so that you can get
in
the
the
bag.
words-
And so now you can't, you got the bag and the bag done ran out. The bag is small and you're old and you're decrepit and now you want to complain about it. Like, I
Listen
just
to
don't,
me.
oh my God.
In the words of your Supreme Court Justice, that devil's triangle
the devil's trying.
has been known to be called also a money box. Okay?
The devil's trying. Who has called it the devil's
What's his
trying?
name?
Justice Kavanaugh.
He called it the devil's
Yes.
trying.
Yeah.
You don't remember that was a big controversy that he was not fitting to be a judge Because when he was drinking all that beer, I love beer.
He did love beer.
He called it the devil's
And
triangle.
cried about it.
Cried about
I
loving
love
beer.
beer. I just want to drink my beer with my friends.
He called the female part the devil's triangle.
It is.
So-
it is the devil's triangle.
You can't own one and talk about it.
Because it's how you use it. It's how you use it. You
So,
reach the pinnacle, now you cry.
Your Supreme Court Justice says the devil's triangle, which is also known, a.k.a. the money box, has been a money box since the end of time. Okay? It led Adam out of the garden. And it led P. Diddy to the bank. So nothing is new about that devil's triangle or the money box.
There you
It's
go.
still working. What's not working, though, is this murder in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Listeners, what are we talking about? Officer O'Keefe has been murdered, and his girlfriend has been charged. According to the reports, she ran him over. Whether she was drunk or not, we don't know. That is left to be seen. But she did have between 4 and 9 drinks.
I'm going to go with yes.
Between 4 and 9 drinks prior to running over her boyfriend. Prior to the incident. The 4 and 9 depends on who you ask. If you ask her, it was 4. If you ask the state, it's around 9 drinks she had before running him over. Her allegations are that his cop friends set her up after killing him and murdering him. All right, Diva, I'm going to let you take the wheel, which is dangerous, listeners.
It's very dangerous.
But I'm going to let her take the wheel. What's your take?
When a woman's fed up, there's nothing
Whoa.
you can do about it. She's tired of
I
raising.
knew we were going in the ditch if I gave you the wheel.
Jesus.
She is
Just
tired of
said
raising,
this
huh?
man. We just said this man.
What?
He's already in trouble.
He is.
And you said you jumped straight into it.
When a woman's fed up.
Right.
So you blaming her?
Yeah.
She's blaming
I
R.
just
Kelly.
the fact pattern just don't make sense to me. Like, either you drunk and you don't know what's going on, or you're sober and you know exactly what's going on.
Okay, so what's the motive why she's killing him?
Cause she tired of raising somebody else's kids.
Oh my God, she couldn't just
and
leave?
she want to be with the gangbanger.
What gangbanger?
The police officer he run with
So
the gang.
you're now adding
So you didn't
another
even
theory
tell
to
that
the
story.
case.
Well, let me just
That's
say
not
this.
what we told the
Well, let me
listeners.
just say this. I understand that, but let me say this, right? Like, when you are of sober mind and you pull out of the car, you pull out of your driveway. Okay, let's even go back. First of all, if I pull up to a party and my boyfriend goes in and I'm sitting waiting in the car waiting for him to come out to say something to me like, yeah, let's go to this party, or, oh, I'm not gonna stay in the party, I'm gonna call him if he doesn't answer, because
Okay.
I'm thinking, hold
So
on, I
give
ain't
the
finished
listeners
it.
some, give
Oh,
them
okay,
some
go ahead.
context.
Well,
Give
you
them
give
some
them the context.
All right, the context is this. The allegations are that they went to a party.
Correct.
Her boyfriend, the police officer who's now deceased, walks into the party.
Mm-hmm.
She's sitting in the car waiting, and then she eventually leaves. How he got run over
Don't nobody
is
know.
the issue that's going to be fought. Your point
Or
is,
if he
my
was
point-
running
your
over.
point is, why would she wait in the car?
Right. First of all, if I'm outside this is Boston, so this is
It's
cold.
cold.
I'm in Georgia and I'm not sitting in the car that long because I'm annoyed. Like, what are you doing?
So you find suspect her story that she was
Her
sitting in the
story
car.
just
She
makes dumb sense.
explained it.
She
said,
sounds dumb when she
Okay.
explained it.
Let me
No, I
explain
don't want
that
you to
part.
explain
All right,
it.
let him explain what she
Well, go ahead and explain
she
it.
said that she didn't think we received the invite. So he was supposed to run in and say, yeah, we could come in.
He's supposed to check. Are we?
But that
can we-
makes it even
Can
mad.
we crash the party?
But that makes me even more mad because it's like, okay, so maybe they're like, yeah, you can come, but she can't come. So if I'm sitting in the car waiting for you and you know it's cold, my gas is
He
low
also
because this
drunk,
is me.
And he's belligerent. drunk.
Exactly. So which means I'm even drunk too because I had 4 to 9
No,
drinks.
Whoa, wait.
Wait. So you drunk? He's drunk.
We all drunk.
When he drunk, you just get drunk by association.
I had 4 to 9 drinks
So
according
y'all were
to the
both
record.
drunk.
49 drinks.
So what am I gonna do while I'm sitting in this cold ass car? I'm going to knock on the door because why you get to
So
go?
did you knock on the door?
I'm gonna knock on the door.
So
like,
you're not gonna
what's
just
up?
pull off?
I'm not gonna pull off.
That's because of your
So then,
angry black woman
Wow.
self.
so disrespectful. Just so disrespectful.
ABW? You're
Yes.
an ABW.
Angry black woman.
Woo! Your
So-
ABW
so
would not
for
have
me-
let you just
And
back out.
she's a
No,
she's a
I'm checking. I'm coming in
NVW.
there. I'm checking everybody. Like, you just gonna leave me in this car? Like, what we doing? You're not about to leave me.
check
You need to
a
come
whole
on. Let's
house
go.
of
They don't
police
want me here.
officers?
They don't want you
There
here.
are a bunch of cops in
I don't
there.
care.
See, I told you. There it is.
ABW.
I rest my case.
ABW.
So okay, so that's what I would have did. But the story I'm supposed to believe is that I'm like, oh, I'm just sitting here in the coat. You know what? Maybe he's not coming back. And then I pull out, right? And I'm gone.
No. She drives
then-
off. She didn't enter the driveway. She was on the street. He went up the driveway.
And she drove off.
And after waiting and assuming he must be in there because he's drunk, still drinking, and I don't have time to deal with
Okay,
his
I'm
drunk.
leaving.
Okay, but
I'm leaving.
no, but from her interview, when she said to her friends, because her friends testified that she said this, we not going by her dumbass test. Like, how you gonna go get interviewed and you in the middle of your case, you idiot?
I don't know what that
Like,
is.
to me, that's even more suspect. It's just like
That's
you
'cause
trying to
she
take.
has backing.
She got
Everybody
backing.
believes
They
her.
they believe
It's
her.
different.
The
if
town
it's-
is behind her.
I understand that, but to me, that just sounds like you're like, if you believe me, I don't have to say nothing. So now I'm just filling in the blanks. But to me, her story sounds real crazy because the friends are like, you said that you might have hit him. Like, if I'm of sober mind, I'm not hitting. I will know if I hit somebody or not. I'm not gonna be like, did I maybe hit him?
No, but you had 49 drinks. I'm sorry.
I know, but she's talking about that she wasn't. That
She
she
was
was
being
sober.
questioned after she had 49
But
drinks.
she said that she was
49
sober.
drinks.
Like, I didn't hit him. I'm like, if 4 drinks means that you can handle it and you're sober,
No,
then I'm
but to
not
be honest
gonna
with you,
question
there could
that.
be suggestive questioning that cause you to question your knowledge of what happened.
No.
Yes, they can.
Yes.
Because I've had a
No.
conversation with you before. You were like, I said that? I did say that? I could have sworn I said.
I'm not gonna say, did I possibly?
Yes.
But that's
maybe
different
Yes.
again
Yes, you
because
would.
it's a white person trusting police and people.
Correct.
No,
And here's the
you
thing:
know what I
when you drive
said?
up on the scene
Listen.
and he laying exactly where your car was,
Exactly.
problem.
you're gonna say,
I
"Oh,
did
snap.
that?
Did I
All
hit
right
this man?"
then. But if I'm of sober mind, I wouldn't know if I did it or not.
No, what I'm saying is, if you could
Y'all
trust,
giving this white
No, no,
woman
no.
too much.
You can trust that you.
I'm drinking to this.
you
Y'all
can
know-
trust-
No, you're not drinking to this. You're drinking cause of this. There's a difference.
Now I just need to hop in my car and allegedly not hit somebody.
No, I'm saying if you
Allegedly not hit somebody.
if you
Is
see
that lemonade?
You just asked Panera.
Is it charged?
Ain't no label on it. We need to probably put the label on
You
it.
need a label.
Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, if you pull up on the scene and your car, his body is right where your car was, you will
No, they
question
moved
yourself.
my car.
You will
Matter of
question
fact, it
yourself.
wasn't even part of her attorney's allegations is that the back lights and the particles from the car was moved. So they're lying. Her car wasn't where.
But she said, but when she was on the interview, she said that, and I ran into something, and I told the girls to look and see, what it wasn't. Oh, you just
All right,
broke.
That's the magic of editing as well.
Yeah, you got to be careful when you do interviews.
I don't know how the story
Soundbite.
was going in because.
But here's the thing, though. According to her attorney, they moved
According to who?
her attorney. They moved her attorney. Her attorney.
It's Boston.
You got your Boston.
It's
I
Boston.
got your
It's
Boston
Boston.
accent. It's
Her
your
attorney-
Boston accent. It's your
Her
Boston.
attorney, he
Let's-
says-
ooh, let's speak
he
in Boston
says-
accent. Go ahead.
Let's
Her
not.
attorney.
Go ahead.
Guess who
Let's
says no?
let's speak in
This
old
man.
Boston
I
accent.
will
He
mute
said
all
her
these
attorney.
mics. We will have a session of.
Particles were moved at the
Quiet.
scene.
A silence. See, you always trying to silence somebody.
You had already argued about that?
Yes, I did. That was a preemptive strike.
They're moving evidence, and I'm concerned about that. If that is true, I'm concerned. Because now you're trying to move it to fit her.
We
Because according to her, they beat him down in there.
I think
she
the
wouldn't
most.
know. She wasn't
No.
even there.
She left, and then they drug
She
him
don't
outside.
know.
She
The
said
most-
they drug
How
him
she
outside. They drug
But
him
that's
outside.
the thing. How do you know?
Well-
You shouldn't have a theory. Your theory
Because-
should be, I
'cause he
wasn't
was
there.
beaten
Well,
badly.
you need a theory nowadays
He was bad.
because.
But what
No,
I'm
the
Theory-
autopsy report is
But
where
what
you
I'm
can get
saying
theories.
is, that's the red hair. That's why I don't trust her. How are you just? What had happened was he went in the house and they beat him up. No, what you say is I was not there. Period. I don't know what the hell happened. I wasn't there.
Her attorney could put that up if there's injuries that the autopsy shows that
I'm not
she could
talking
not
about
have
the
caused.
attorney.
Well-
I am talking about the defendant
No,
when
but
she
she-
was
But
on her
she's
interview.
listening to her attorney.
Right. Who's telling her
her,
the
"These look
autopsy
like
report said there's
defensive
no way
wounds from
these
a fight."
defensive wounds.
But you let your attorney argue that. I don't know. I
He
wasn't there.
did.
Again.
No.
She's saying in the
no.
interview.
In the interview.
But
She
I'm
had
saying,
this-
again,
They probably
she got the
interviewed her
city
for 4
behind her.
hours and did only 1 hour.
But what I'm saying is that you sound, for me, I don't know.
Ooh.
I wasn't there. I don't know. I know I left. When I woke up, I went to look for his ass. And when I came back, he was there. Not by my car.
That's because you moved your car.
Because my car wasn't there.
Because I wasn't there. That's
I
what you
moved
stick
it.
with. You let your attorney argue everything else.
No.
I don't have to add to
But
it.
here's what you're doing.
But she's like,
you have
but-
not seen the entire interview. You saw what they showed.
That's true. But what I'm saying is, when they say to you, well, what do you think happened? I don't know. I wasn't there. Well, how about this? Your attorney said this. I don't know because I wasn't there. That's what you keep saying. You don't. Well, maybe.
But you were there, ma'am. You were there.
And
Y'all
I pulled
up
off, and he
to
was
crash
already in the
party.
house. And I
you
pulled
want us
off.
to believe
He was in
you
the
weren't
house.
there?
He was in the house.
Now
when
you're
I pulled
changing
off.
your story, huh?
No. That's what she
now
said.
you're not there.
That's
you want
what
us
she
to
said.
believe that?
No. That's what she said.
No.
I wasn't there for the
That's
beatdown.
your defense.
I
I
wasn't
wasn't there. Do you want me to twist that for you? Now, ladies and gentlemen, she's saying she wasn't there. That's how the prosecutor gonna do.
Obviously,
take
this
what you
prosecutor
said.
is an idiot because I had to drop his ass off and I left.
No.
So what happened
Jurors,
between-
what she wants you to believe, members of the jury, and that's why people sit there and feel like they want to jump out their skin, because when they hear prosecutors
For sure.
twisting
Right.
what they said, and
For
they're
sure.
like, how could this be legal? How could she get up there and say, I said I wasn't there? That's not what I said. When I said I wasn't there, I meant I wasn't there when he
Got beat up.
Beat up. And the prosecutor got up and told these jurors that I said I wasn't there.
And that's when you just start crying like, I don't understand why you're twisting my words, prosecutor.
No, you don't get to do that.
You don't get to
You
do
have
that?
to sit there and take it.
But the average witness
Welcome to
don't
the
know
American
that, right?
judicial system.
But wait. So when I do go into crime mode, the average witness doesn't know that they can't say that.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
So like, if you ask me some tough questions, I'm gonna pretend.
No. I'm not asking you the question. I'm doing my closing argument. And I'm telling the jurors
okay.
that you said I wasn't there. You saw how many times I asked her on cross-examination, how did he die? I
okay.
wasn't there. You heard me ask her, where was his body? I wasn't there. How did he get these defensive wounds? I wasn't there. You think saying I wasn't there is great. I did a great job. I said I wasn't there. And now in my closing argument as the prosecutor, I get up and say, members of the jury, she now wants you, to believe.
I wasn't there. I was taking care of his kids.
She wasn't there.
I wasn't there. I was taking care of his kids.
No.
I wasn't there.
Now.
I was taking care of his
It
kids.
doesn't matter. You
Now.
already said the part.
Right.
that we
Oh.
need.
So then I had to say I was
wasn't
taking care of
there.
his kids.
I wasn't there. And then she wants you to believe she wasn't there because she was taking care of his kids. Don't believe her. Convict her. Malice murder, that is. She planned to kill him. She gave him all that liquor. She drank only 4 instead of 9. You heard her say we were wrong. She drove him to the party. She decided,
That's why
I'm
I
gonna
hate
pretend
prosecutors.
Like
I
we're
hate
gonna crash it.
prosecutors.
And then she sent him in there.
You know, if
knowing
somebody
she was gonna run his ass.
if somebody tries to, hurt me or somebody else, I'm like, I don't want a prosecutor to fight my case. Let me get a defense attorney to prosecute you, because I hate prosecutors. Oh, I hate.
Excuse me,
hate
Judge.
them.
Can I be prosecuted by a defense counsel?
Right. Right.
Let's flip it up a little bit.
Yeah,
I
let's
hate
just-
prosecutors.
I hate
I don't mind being
prosecutors.
convicted, but can it be by a defense
I'm allergic
lawyer?
to them.
Well, good luck to you in that trial, lady. Because so far the town's behind her. And, hopefully the true story comes
We'll
out.
see.
I just don't understand why they don't want to protect the police.
Why they don't want to protect the police?
I know
They are protecting the police.
Oh no, it's really weird. Yes, all right, I understand what angle you're coming from. Why is the town with her and not the police?
What is going on with these police officers?
I completely understand.
Because
your
they must be
question.
corrupt. and we're not hearing the whole story.
Or
about
she's
how
a
the
white
town,
woman.
No, the town is
It's
sick
one
of
of
their
the two.
corruption.
It's one of
They
the
must
two.
have locked up some of everybody.
She do not
Something
seem
came
sympathetic
out
at
that
all.
doesn't make sense, and I think it's the damage on her car versus how badly he's injured.
Correct. They're
I
like, there's
think-
no way
I think that
her car
math
could have
doesn't
caused
make
this
sense
injury.
for them. Like for her car
That's why I
to
think
not have
she's.
that much
I think
damage.
she's.
Yeah, like if his trach is broken.
no.
The tail
That's
light.
why
The tail light didn't do
I
that.
actually think she's an accomplice. I think it has something to do.
Oh, you have a whole nother theory.
Yes.
Allegedly.
Can we get
allegedly?
a conspiracy,
Allegedly.
a conspiracy? Okay, now go with your conspiracy.
I allegedly believe.
Someone told me that. I think
that
this way.
covers everything.
Somebody.
I
told
allegedly
me.
believe, okay, that her and the main guy that they're focused on are in a devil's
Oh, so you
triangle.
think it's a love triangle?
A devil's triangle.
Wow.
And the devil is in the details. And so it's enough evidence, but not enough to make her look like a suspect. And it's enough evidence, but not enough to make him look suspicious. So when you have reasonable doubt, because I'm pointing the finger at you and you're pointing the finger at me,
So you think it's a love triangle?
it's a devil's love triangle.
Ooh.
Yes.
So speaking of devil's love triangles, T.J. Holmes and Amy Robach, spouses, are allegedly in another triangle, a love triangle that started with the devil's triangle.
You know, I was hoping that
What are we talking about, listeners? T.J. Holmes and Amy Robach, who were terminated from ABC. It's alleged that their spouses are now in a relationship. Talk about wife swap or husband swap or whichever swap you want to swap.
we just swap it
We just
out.
swap it.
Right.
What's your take?
My take is I thought she got a come up, and then I saw the picture of the
It was
husband,
come down?
and it was like, that's not
Who
gonna
did
look.
you think had to come up? Amy Robach
Well,
or
the
TJ?
only well, here's the thing.
He's not really up,
TJ is gonna age very nicely,
and she's not.
and she's not,
But she's older than he is.
and she looks like it. So it's just a matter, like, you only got a few more years. You only got a few more years, because that expiration date is
Well, the gap
coming.
is going to get bigger as you get older.
That's true.
So if I'm 7 years older than you and I'm 37 and you 30, it don't look bad. But when I'm 87,
No.
you 80.
37 for non-melanated people does look bad.
Okay.
It looks
There's-
very
there,
aged.
There it is. According to this diva, there's no hope. But I think it's weird that you bonded through the cheating of your spouses, and now you're in a relationship together.
No, that's a common thing.
I didn't know that.
It's a common
So
thing.
cheaters go marry the other cheater?
I don't know if they marry, but they connect. They connect. Like,
So we're going to go to lunch because your husband took my wife, and I'm going to take your wife back. Let's talk about it. Why would I want to talk about it? It's that traumatic.
what if we are talking about how we're gonna get the most out of the divorce settlement?
Oh, you think it might be a revenge plot that turned into a love story?
Maybe they were like, all right, so this is how many of the days she wasn't with me, and these are how many days that he wasn't with me, and they got flights that go to the same place. Maybe they're comparing notes to see how big they could get this divorce settlement.
Wow.
Do you see where I'm going with
And
this?
now they're going to share the money together?
And then they
because
said, then he accidentally
touched her.
caressed her thigh.
Woo, go ahead.
And
Make
she
up
was
your
like,
CO
and she ain't been
conspiracy.
touched in so long that it just kind of stimulated something within inside of her.
Let's stimulate closure of this show.
Okay. I was about to write a whole.
No, you about
I
to
was
write a
whole
whole
novel,
story.
honey.
And I cannot because
And she wants to make sex work illegal.
What are you clicking to?
the end.
But you got to
The
wrap
end,
it up.
The end of anything.
Right, but you got to wrap it up.
So
we
you don't
we
wanna
gotta
wrap it up? Okay.
you got to
All
wrap
right.
it up and then
All
we
right.
click because we're not
You said-
clicking just to be clicking now.
Since it's Christmas and you don't want no wrapping.
You don't even like my sweater.
I don't. I don't like yours, nor do I like mine. The theme was ugly sweaters, and they're really ugly. I didn't realize they were going to be this ugly. I thought the concept was to pretend like they were ugly, but she actually picked ugly ones.
Yes, I did.
Thanks, Diva,
You're welcome.
for the ugly sweaters.
I don't think so. I went to an ugly sweater party
And we're
thinking that
winning?
it was a real ugly sweater, not one of those playful ones. So I found an ugly ass sweater.
And you went and everybody.
And I went and I was like, oh, this is a joke. I thought, well, I won. Ugly.
I wanted to win so bad, I
lost.
found the ugliest of ugly. Okay, so listeners, this is the end of Ugly Sweaters. And Merry
We don't
Christmas.
got one more in us.
No, we will not be wearing any more ugly sweaters. This diva got to pick, and she will not be picking anymore. Thank you very much. I could take a bow if I wasn't seated.
It's a Christmas miracle.
A mirable, okay? So that's this episode for episode season 3. Or that should be season 3, not episode season 3.
Correct that, please.
Don't forget to look for us.
Can we drink to that?
No, we're not drinking to that.
Okay.
Find us on Spotify,
Spotify,
Apple Podcasts,
Apple,
and Google Podcasts.
Google us.
Don't forget to look for our videos every Wednesday on YouTube, where we really look way better than we look today. So if
We
you wanna see
cute. Like,
ugly-
if you can be cute in anything, then that means you're the standard of beauty.
what? You think this is cute?
I think we cute because we can pull
Let me
it
tell you
off.
something. I ain't gonna drink to that. I'm just gonna drink.
I mean, she's already been doing that. Ain't even trying
Joy,
it,
catch
yeah.
up.
She
I'm
already
on number
started
4.
This is the first
4 to
time. But
9.
look,
4 to
I'm just gonna
9.
bottoms up this one.
Butter 9. Butter 9.
The reason why she's thirsty, we let her talk too much this episode, and we're gonna.
We should have silenced her.
We're gonna cut this down for the people.
We're gonna have to
I
silence
thought
her.
you want to let it breathe.
No,
we're not done.
no.
I'm letting the people know that you talk too much this episode.
He said he wanted to silence you, but it didn't work. So he can't. He
Exactly.
don't know what else to do.
Exactly. People want to say I silenced
Yeah.
them, and they talk the whole
Silence!
episode. Go ahead and wrap this up.
We already wrapped
As
it.
we say here on Diva
That's
Court,
right.
every week
We
when
already
we
said
close
it.
the show, we'll
Drink to that.
You just fake it. Could you at least do?
Oh my God.
We got to drink to that.